Oh my goodness, guys. Just to give you an understanding of just how crazy it was, I was at this page on the countdown. It was countdown, right? 3, 2, 1. The page refreshed. I was going to do it as fast as possible to see, how crazy it was, what backer number I got. So it refreshed, went to the page, and I read in the update, all you need to do is pledge $5, you get access to the PM. So that's all I was going to do and add everything else later, right? I was in a rush. So I was scrolling down, I was looking for that $5 pledge level button. I know, stupid, it's not there, right? But it didn't take me long. I was scrolling down, I was like, okay, I'll just add $5, punching in the credit card information, boom, 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 enter. Congratulations, you have backed Unbreakable. Guys, I was backer number 88. 88. There was 87 people faster than me. And that must have taken me 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I kid you not. That is insane. I can only imagine how fast that strategist level went. That was probably in the first 30 seconds. But this is going to be Unbreakable. It's doing very, very well. It did over 500,000 in the first hour. So it is about 3 hours in right now and $932,000. Just look at the amount. Dude, it's just going up constantly. It's skyrocketing. 3,300 backers. Insane. There's 17 days left to go. I know Chip Theory Games is, they are celebrating right now. Dude, it is. And good on them. Good on them. What's up, guys? Welcome to Brews and Board Games. An exciting video. Too Many Bones Unbreakable. Really excited about this. So I'm thinking the format is going to be, we'll cover a little bit of the campaign, right? We'll do go over it briefly, right? We're not going to look at in detail every single gear lock and stuff like that. And then at the end, I'll give you some reasons why I think you should back. And then maybe if you're on the fence, maybe why you might not want to back. And the good thing is, all the Chip Theory game stuff is not Kickstarter exclusive. So even if you don't, you always have a chance later on. So this is going to be Unbreakable. Too Many Bones is a game I really, really enjoy. It's in my top 10 favorite games. I'm not going to tell you exactly where it is. I'll save that for a video down the road. But if you guys don't know, I have coverage of Too Many Bones. I have a review up of it. I have a playthrough. I have a review up of the Trove chest. So if you are interested in any of those videos, please check out the videos that I did. I will put a link in the description below. And I will probably put out more playthroughs of Too Many Bones in the future, maybe before this campaign ends. So if you are interested in that, subscribe so you don't miss that sort of stuff. And if you just like this video or you like the content that I do generally on the channel, please think about subscribing, giving this video a like, and commenting. I try to get back to every single person. So all that stuff really does help out truly, and I am very grateful. So with that being said, let's take a look at Unbreakable. This is a standalone expansion to Too Many Bones, which came out a few years ago by Chip Theory Games. A very highly regarded game. Like I said, I love it. It's in my top 10. So let's just find out what is a little bit different about Unbreakable and what they have to offer. So this is the overview of Unbreakable. I'm liking the box art. Really cool. And so let's do a little bit of a backstory. It says Nobulus, the evil Gearloc leader, is dead. But Daylor still knows no peace. A fierce war has erupted for control over the Break, the massive subterranean cavern created by one of Nobulus's experiments centuries ago. Recently, the leaders of the conflict have each gained a piece of an ancient device created by Nobulus called the Great Machine, which has granted each of them augmented life and access to a power that could corrupt Daylor forever. So this is just going over a little bit about what Unbreakable is in this, Too Many Bones Unbreakable is the second standalone expansion to Too Many Bones. Okay, so let's take a look at what is in the box. Now also, they are slamming stretch goals left and right. So this isn't going to be everything that you, like what you see on this little splash page right here. There's going to be more stuff included in the box. So right off the bat, we got 30 baddie chips, 2 Gearlocs. We got Gale and Figment. It's going to come with all of their stuff, their dice, 10 Trove loot cards, a new battle mat. And what's cool about this battle mat is this initiative meter is on the left-hand side. Why I think that's kind of cool is because in the core game, it was on the right. On Undertow is at the top, and then it looks like just to keep changing it up a little bit, this is going to be on the left. And you'll notice these positions are actually cut out. That is because Undertow is going to be, not Undertow, Unbreakable is going to be played in this underground tunnel cave system. So under there's going to be this fire and lava mechanic. And so there's going to be these double-sided chips that are going to go onto these 16 spaces. And those chips are going to flip. On one side, it's going to be lava. On the other side, it's going to be a hardened surface. So that mechanic is new to Unbreakable. So that's why these are cut out, so you can place all those chips there. We have 22 loot cards. Got the Tyrant dice, 65 health chips, and these health chips are going to be lighter weight chips. They're not going to be your standard chips for like the Gearlocs, the Baddies, the Tyrants, stuff like that. So these are a little bit lighter chips. 8 stat dice, 7 Tyrant encounters, 4 Tyrant cards, and that should be 5 because there are 5 Tyrants included in Unbreakable. The 5th Tyrant was a stretch goal that was smashed a long time ago. So there are going to be 5 Tyrant cards. 9 solo encounters and 18 general encounters, plus with the 16 lava chips that I was mentioning before. So quite a bit. I mean, that's about standard that you found in Undertow. So that's what to expect. 8 effect dice, 4 lane markers, 4 Tyrant epilogues. So I would imagine that's going to be 5 epilogues as well. So meet the new Gearlocs. There are 2 new Gearlocs in Unbreakable. Undertow also came with 2. So it's kind of following suit with Undertow, if you guys don't know what that is. So this is Gale. First off, I'm liking her little outfit. I think it looks super cool. Like, look at this thing on her wrist. Dude, that's awesome. And she's got this like huge machine like strapped to the back, and it looks like these little things here that look like you know, it almost looks like a jetpack, but I would assume those things are going to be for like to push this wind because she uses wind stuff. And I'm assuming that's what her little wrist machine is too. Like she blows this stuff. Super cool. So this is Gale. Already a valiant Gearloc freedom fighter in her own right, Gale was grievously wounded in a battle with one of the Tyrants of the Break. Her life was saved, however, by a set of cybernetic augmentations created by Gearloc mentor Mirawat. In addition to keeping her alive, the augmentations have given Gale a variety of new wind-based abilities, as long as she's handy enough to complete her own upgrades. So this is her little sheet. 4 health, 3 dex, 2 attack, 1 defense. Okay. And then we got, what is this? Is that hit and, does that say hit and run? I'm assuming more information about the Gearlocs is going to be revealed later. So we'll have to see. Maybe I'll do like a video diving into these things a little bit more in the future. But for now, again, I don't want this video to be 2 hours long, so we're just going to do a brief overview of the campaign. I'll give you some of my thoughts and then maybe some reasons why you should and should not back. This is going to be Figment. He's cool. He's got this like long mechanical staff with this orb. That's awesome. So Figment, where is he from and when will he pop up next? When Figment is on the battle mat, the answer is always a mystery. Hailing from mysterious origins, this time-manipulating Gearloc can shift the flow of battle mid-game, changing up rounds and initiative orders with the help of his baffling technology. He claims he's traveled to the exact time when Daylor would need him most, but for what? That remains to be seen. So here we got Figment, 4 health, 3 dex, 1 attack, 1 defense. But what's really cool, and I really like that Chip Theory Games does this sort of stuff, is if you see this one right here, it says Chrono Trigger. Dude, they're always kind of like nodding at these different things from other, you know, awesome stuff. You'll see in the Tyrants later, there's a Tyrant called Rock and Roll. The Gearloc child that you can get is a nod to the baby Yoda from The Mandalorian. They're always doing this sort of stuff, and I think it's super cool. So Chrono Trigger, just seeing that, it's just like, yeah, I want to do that tech path right there. That's awesome. So that is going to be Figment. So those are the 2 new Gearlocs that come in Unbreakable, and these are the new Tyrants. First up, we have Nexus. This guy looks badass, dude. Look at that. Nobulus did evil, but what he was hiding was evil personified. Now unbound from his master's limitations, the dark energy known as Nexus lies in wait for its unwitting challengers to arrive, when the creature will literally feed off the suffering of its foes. That's kind of giving me ideas of like, maybe when you take damage, the Gearlocs, maybe he replenishes from that somehow, or powers up in some form of way. But I really like that idea. Obviously, I don't know, but that's I want to speculate about some of that stuff. So that would be a super cool idea. Gavin Cog, in the wake of Nobulus's death, his former Gearloc lieutenant has stepped in to conduct his own reign of tyranny. The first tyrant with his own backup plan. This supercharged Gearloc will leave a lasting impression. Very interesting. A Gearloc with its own backup plan. We haven't seen that before. Wow, that is super cool. And then we have Domina. Is it Domina? Domina? Something like that? I'm going to say Domina. So it says, Domina has fought hard to win control over the orcs of the break, and she keeps hold of that power with an iron grip. Her military acumen is matched by her intelligence network, run by a legion of orc spies who keep tabs on any potential threat. Now, I'm speculating about this one as well. I think it would be cool, like in the recovery phase where you scout, what if Domina has these orc spies, and if you upgrade in a certain way, maybe she changes, right? So like by the time you get to the tyrant fight, if you've taken certain steps in your upgrade process, or done certain things, I don't know, obviously, maybe she kind of powers up in a different way. I love that idea. I don't know how they would do that. But I just think that idea sounds really cool, that maybe each time you play her, she might be a little different based on how you upgrade yourself. I think that's really cool. And what's also interesting, I noticed like she has this eye patch, and like so does Gavin Cog. So I don't know what that's all about. Is that a thing in the break that we don't know about? Like just these eye patches, like this steampunk style they got going on. All right, so next up we got Cinder. So part magma, part bog monster, so poison. Cinder is an unstoppable mountain of sludge and fire that will prove a tough challenge for any Gearloc. It specializes in creating lava fissures and using them to heal its injuries. Okay, so right off the bat, we have a tyrant that definitely needs that new Unbreakable battle map for that lava stuff. So it seems like if he stands on these lava chips, he's probably going to be able to replenish somehow or power up, something like that. I don't know exactly, but you know, we're just speculating. So he is going to be like a poison as well. You can see all this green stuff around him. And then we have Rock and Roll. This is the tyrant that I was talking about before. 2 troll siblings. That's pretty neat. So the first time we're seeing 2 tyrant chips on at the same time. There have been other tyrants that have had other things, like Oxide has its parts, but 2 like legit tyrants at the same time. So it says, together, troll siblings Rock and Roll managed to gain control of Daylor's subterranean troll tribes. Since then, however, sibling rivalry has reared its ugly head, and the 2 trolls spend as much time undermining each other as they do stopping their enemies. What's really cool about this one, excuse me, is that I was also watching the campaign launch live stream of Chip Theory Games. And Adam was briefly talking about Rock and Roll. And what he was saying is there's kind of going to be this 3-way dynamic. The trolls, like he was saying, one's a little bit smarter than the other. But they're kind of like not really paying much attention to you. At least one isn't. And they're also going back and forth at each other. So there's going to be like you going after the tyrants coming after you, but they're also going at each other in a way. That's a really neat idea. I think that's really cool. I'm excited to see what this is. And so it's basically just going over a how to play. So I'm not going to go over this stuff. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask or check out the video I did for Too Many Bones. But we are going to take a look at this this battle map. So you can see here I was talking about the lava chips. So these are going to be the double-sided. And I believe if like you stand on one of these, I don't know if it's at the start of your turn or the round, I believe you would take some sort of damage. And I do want to take a look at this new encounter card because this is very interesting. So we're taking a look at this top choice right here. So at the start of round 1, the lane 2 melee Gearloc starting position becomes lava, okay? At the start of each round, all non-lava positions adjacent to lava become lava. So slowly throughout the battle, more and more lava is going to be coming onto the board. Now, if we look at the melee starting position number 2 here, we can see that... oh, wait a second. Did they change the starting positions or the lanes? They did. Okay. Wow, that's another big change I did not catch before. So they actually changed the lanes. So in the core and undertow, lane 1 was here, lane 2, lane 3, and then lane 4. So it looks like they changed it up. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Wow, interesting. Okay, that's cool. So what that encounter card was saying is at the start of the round, or the game, the battle, this is going to be lava like it is here. Then at the start of the next round, any chip adjacent to lava is going to become lava. So that would be all of these, right, adjacent to this chip. So now all this is lava. Round 3, same thing. Now we got all of these are lava because it's adjacent to these lava chips. And then round 4 would be the last ones. So slowly throughout the battle, more and more lava is coming onto the board. I think that's super cool. Wow, I did not know they changed the lanes. Very interesting. Very interesting. And so you can see here the chips, they would just be placed in all these 16 positions. Very cool. And then so looking at some of these new baddies, we have the bridge troll, okay. But a few keywords that I haven't seen before that it looks like are new in Unbreakable. We have the Orc Underlord here. 8 health, holy crap, and 4 attack dice. It has rating and Swordbreaker. I've never heard of Swordbreaker before. And then we have a Deep Troglodyte. 8 health, 3 attack, and 3 defense. Holy Lord. Eruption and Brimstone. I haven't heard of those two either. So very interesting. And then so it's just going over... shipping here for a second. So the cool thing about Ship Theory Games, they have a flat shipping fee. So if you order one product, it's a certain price. If you order a ton of stuff, it's going to be that same shipping fee. So it's better to buy more in bulk with them. So then it's going over the reward tiers. So first up, we have the Unbreakable Hero. This is the one where I am going in on. This is all the new stuff for this campaign. I already have everything else besides the logbooks. I mean, I even have all the promos and stuff like that. So this is what I want here. This is going to be Unbreakable, 40 Waves in Daylore, Rage of Tyranny, and the 3 new Gearlocs. And that is all going to be in this Unbreakable. $220, you save $20. So really cool. Pledge 2,000 times. So it looks like most people are backing at this. Then you have Too Many Bones Unbreakable. This is $85, $5 off MSRP. So following in suit with Undertow, which is also $90. 314, you can get the core game. And what's cool now is you can actually get the core game in different languages. So if that was stopping you before, not anymore. You can get it in multiple languages. Strategist, 650. So this is going to be for this base game and all future Chip Theory Games base games forever. So that's going to be 650, 10 times. They usually only have 10 available. And like I was joking around at the start, this probably went in the first 2 to 3 seconds. Then we have Just Enough Bones. So this is all conventionally released playable content in Too Many Bones line. This is all the gameplay stuff right here. $665. Save on $85. That's going to be everything, right? And I believe this is going to include, yeah, so everything from Unbreakable as well. So that's pretty cool. $675. Guys, that is a really good deal. I paid a lot more than that. And I'm sure if you ask other people that have Too Many Bones, they paid a lot more than that as well. I missed Too Many Bones campaigns, so this is going to be my first campaign of theirs. So I'm excited to save a little bit money with that Unbreakable Hero. But this is with 85 off and that flat shipping fee. If you have the funds to go all in, this might be your time. And then you have the Ultimate Completionist. This is all gameplay, all promo stuff. We're talking the Trove chest that you see here. We're talking like the Nom alternative cards, chips for Gilly's pets, everything like that. So anything, I mean, this is the log books as well. So any kind of promo stuff, and you want all of it, $1,100. 86 times it was pledged for. That's pretty crazy. You save $231. Now, I know that's a lot. Now, if you really like Too Many Bones, and a lot of people that buy Too Many Bones, they love it, right? So they end up getting pretty much everything for it anyways. And I'm sure each of them would probably tell you they paid a lot more than $1,100. Probably a lot more. The way that I did it, and I'm sure a lot of people, sometimes I would buy like a single character pack, right? Sometimes I buy like, maybe I bought 40 Days in Daylore with an extra character pack. Each time you're paying that extra shipping cost rather than if you just bought everything all together. So add that shipping cost to multiple purchases, and I didn't save on the $231 anyway, right? For a bundle deal. So I was paying MSRP plus the extra shipping costs each time. So this is a fantastic deal if you want everything. It is kind of the investment though, right? If you don't know. What if you don't know? And you just spent $1,100. Now what this tells me though is obviously whoever's backing this, you got the funds for that, right? So yeah. All right, and then we have the add-ons to 40 Waves in Daylore. So this is going to add new Crown and Mech baddies for Undertow. So it's going to spice it up a little bit more. 40 encounter cards and 16 battle chips. The coolest thing that I saw though before that I want to point out, look at this mech right here. Who does that look like? Right? I'm telling you guys, that's why another reason why I like Chip Theory Games. They do these nods to these famous things, these really cool things. It's not the T-1000, but it is from Terminator. Was that Arnold's model? What was Arnold's model? Was it 800? I don't think it was G, but it was something 800, right? But either way, that is badass. That is super cool. Rage of Tyranny is going to be $30. So basically what this is going to do is this is going to spice up. We have 17 chips, 9 dice, 34 cards. This is going to spice up all the current Tyrants that you already have. So this is going to give them different encounter cards. It's going to add these things called shadows, which I believe is going to be these things that change up the campaign over time. Like, I don't know if it's going to do something over the course of the campaign or not. It's also going to give them different Tyrant dice. So what they were saying in the live stream is, people have learned these Tyrants. They know how to defeat them. So what better than to spice them up a little bit? And so I really like that they're not only adding new content with Unbreakable, but they're also refreshing the current Tyrants that you already have. So now you even have multiple ways to play those old Tyrants. Awesome stuff. Just breathing a little bit of fresh air into what's already there. Then we have the new Gearlocs. 3 new Gearlocs individually. So Carcass. This is probably my favorite looking one out of the new Gearlocs. Carcass, the survivalist Gearloc. Dude, look at this. Look at this mug right here. Hell yeah. He's got these meat hooks here. So it says baddies are back on the menu. Carcass, the survivalist Gearloc, is never one to let an enemy go to waste. If he collects a baddie, you can be sure he'll salvage every piece of it with recipes that transform his fallen foes into buffs and heals for himself or his party. Whether picking up his fallen foes on the battlefield or salvaging fresh meat directly from the stacks, you'll never look at a baddie the same way again after playing Carcass. So this guy is going to be able to collect these dead bodies of baddies and cook them and do this other stuff to, beef himself up or the team. Dude, that is awesome. I was excited on the my big announcement video for Unbreakable. I'm still equally as excited. This guy looks badass. I think he's going to be the first one I play with when I get this. Then we got Polaris. Now, Polaris looked really cool. So she's got these orbs, and let's just read her section real quick. Unleash the hidden power of magnets with Polaris. A versatile new add-on Gearloc for Too Many Bones, Polaris's power lies in her backup plan, which she wields to call back damaging orbs that she sends out around the battle map. Add Add that to her ability to move through baddies and a unique new option in her recovery phase. And Polaris is an exciting and eccentric tool in any player's TMB arsenal. So it's cool. I think she's got these orbs that she sends out, right? They do damage depending on the position and where they go. And then on her backup plan, I think she can call back these orbs, and that does damage to them as well. And for it also sounds like she's got a cool backup plan. She can do something unique on the recovery phase. She sounds really cool. And what's awesome is, look at this here. Look at this. I believe this is going to represent, does that say battle mat? Yeah. All right. So that's going to be the battle mat. And then maybe you just take one of these orbs that you can see here. I was pointing on the screen like you can see. Right here where the cursor is. Oh, let me scroll her up a little bit. Right here, you probably get a few of these, right? Maybe they're a die or something like that. And you place them around here to say where they are on the board. Something like that, maybe. I think that's really cool. She looks really cool. And then we have Static. So Static is a brawler gearloc. The ebullient, sorry if I'm butchering that, brawler gearloc might not attack every turn, but when he does, look out. The first playable martial artist in Too Many Bones. Static can meditate on turns when he doesn't deal damage, allowing him to save up on decks and unleash blistering attacks when the time is right. Even when not dealing damage, he's a formidable foe, with fighting styles that manipulate his stats, break past enemy defense, and direct baddies to hurt each other. Dude, that's awesome. So he can meditate on his turn. It sounds like he can change, save up on decks. He's with fighting styles that manipulate his stats. So maybe during the battle, his stats are changing. That is super cool. And direct baddies to hurt each other. Very, very cool. Very cool. He looks pretty buff too, man. I mean, 4 health, 2 dex, 2 attack, and 2 defense. That's pretty cool. And then we have some other add-ons here. So we have the Too Many Bones Unbreakable Adventure map, double-sided. And I believe this is going to, it says for Northern and Southern, where was it here? Replacing your day encounter, okay. Northern and Southern day lore as seen in the subterranean world of the Break. So this is going to be used for the Break. The adventure map that you could already get was for the core game on one side and Undertow on the other. So this looks like both sides are going to pertain to Unbreakable. One's just going to be a northern side and a southern side. And probably all that means is like it's going to have these different progress points that you'll place the your progress marker on, and so the baddies will get placed at different spots, and maybe these are just different values on the other side. So that's pretty cool. Too Many Bones, the cog book. I might buy this just because of how badass it looks. This is going to be story for the Break. So if you guys want to know any kind of lore stuff, but I believe this might be like, I don't know if it's actually going to be some sort of metallic thing, but dude, look how epic this thing looks. I didn't buy the log books. You can get PDFs of those online, so I was okay with that. But dude, just based on the look of these, I might have to get it. And then Chip Theory Games had to do it, right? They had to do it. I saw it and I was like, God damn it, right? Because I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. A large playmat that's double-sided where you put all of your stuff. All of your already... It's going to be neoprene on top of neoprene. That's just crazy. So you got where all the mats can go, right? The battle mat, your adventure mat, where you can put your items and stuff like that. So this... It looks cool. It looks cool, but this mat is going to be huge, guys. This is going to be a big mat to put all these stuff on. And it's just, you're going to put your neoprene mats on top of this neoprene mat. That's pretty funny. Oh, there it is here. 34 by 49. That's a huge mat. That's a huge play mat. And it's double-sided too. It's awesome though. I mean, $60, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. You got the Trove chest coming back. They said they weren't going to do this, but they did. So this is the Trove Chest 2.0. As far as I'm concerned, the only difference about this is, 1, they're beefing up the packaging that it's coming in. 2, They're including all the necessary Gearloc trays, chip trays, and Tyrant trays. Because in the original one, there were some spares, at least for the Gearlocs. But I guess they didn't know how much more content they were going to make. So with this, it's going to include everything. You're going to have every chip tray and Gearloc tray that you need. And that's going to be $150. So the cost is going up a little bit, probably also for the packaging that they're going to include in that, as well as the extra Tyrant and Gearloc trays. And then you can buy this separately. So if you have Trove Chest 1.0, like I have, you're going to need to buy this for all the new Gearlocs and Tyrants in Unbreakable, Rage, and Waves. Then you have the collapsible dice tower. This looked pretty cool. There is a video of this from their Hoplomachus stream, I believe. Something like that. So they have one for Hoplomachus, and it looks like they have one for Too Many Bones as well. I'm kind of torn on this. This is super cool, but I'm also one big reason why I love dice is because I love rolling dice, right? So this does look super cool. For 20 bucks, I probably will add this, but you know, who knows. Then you got the Neoprene Unbreakable dice tray and the Automaton of Shale. I am digging this cover. That is super cool. They also showed the Automaton of Shale off in the Unbreakable campaign launch live stream. It's looking really good. Really good. So I suggest you check that out. $65. And then it's going over some of these stretch goals. I'm not going to go into every single one of these. You can see here, this is what I was talking about before. Rock and Roll were acquired at the $700,000 mark. So this is going to be included. Both of those guys are going to be included in Unbreakable, that game. So that's cool. A lot of stretch goals. A lot of stretch goals. I'm liking this too. I like that die. So, and they just keep coming, man. They're just knocking these stretch goals out of the park. It is insane. So this is just going to go over briefly what Too Many Bones is. You got the review up from Shut Up and Sit Down, and it's going over shipping. So all rates are flat shipping rates, regardless of order size or weight. $15 for US. These prices are good, guys. There's a lot of stuff you can get from this campaign, and if you do all that stuff, you're only going to be paying that much. I think that is a fantastic deal. Fantastic deal. And it's talking about fulfillment. I know they were saying, I think they were hoping for June. And what's cool is, in the live stream, they were also saying they're further along, I believe, than some past campaigns, which is always cool to hear. So I believe they got a lot of stuff done for the Gearlocs and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's a little bit further on. But me, to not get my hopes or not get my expectations smashed, I always expect 3 to 6 months from the date. And that way, if it comes sooner, hey, great, I got the game before that. But just so I'm prepared, 3 to 6 months. But if they do have it June, dude, that's fantastic. You just don't know, especially with the shipping crisis and that long in the future, you just don't know what's going to happen. So that is going to be Unbreakable, all the pledge levels. Me, personally, guys, I'm going in for the, I believe I added the stuff up before. So I'm going to go in for the Unbreakable Hero. I'm going to add that large playmat. I got to add the extra Gearloc trays and Tyrant trays. And I'm going to add the adventure map. So right then, I mean, I think I'm over $300 right now. I was hoping that I wouldn't see that sort of stuff. I didn't even think about a new adventure map. So I was actually hoping for like, okay, $220 plus the $15 shipping fee, $235. Let's call it a day, right? But it seems it's going to be a little bit more. But I am going to back that. That is going to be the one. So with that being said, let's just switch it up and talk about reasons why you might or you should back right now. So let's just get into it. And I got some notes just because I was gonna forget by the time I got to this point. So let's just put it right here. All right. So where we got here? I'm a mess. All right. So reasons why you should. You've been looking for a better entry point, and these are in no particular order. You've been looking for a better entry point. There was the core game. right? 130. You were kind of skeptical, right? It's kind of a lot of money, 130. Then you have to add on the shipping price. Then you saw Unbreakable, $90 plus shipping. Still, that was a lot of money, and you said, you know what, the theme of that doesn't look, there's only 2 Gearlocs, But now you see Unbreakable, and it's got this cool-ass lava mechanic, right? It looks awesome. You see the Tyrants. Oh, the Tyrants look a little bit more appealing, right? You like the idea of this battle map more, right? This lava mechanic. These 2 Gearlocs sound cooler to you than the other ones in Undertow or the core game. So basically, it looks cooler to you, and you've been looking to get Too Many Bones anyway, but you didn't like the other stuff. Now you can get what looks like a cooler product to you, and for cheaper, because you can get it with that $5 off. So now might be a perfect time for you to hop in, save a little bit of money. You want to test it out, right? And now it looks cooler to you. So that would be, to me, a reason if I was on the fence. Yeah, the Undertow looked a little cool, but maybe that water stuff, you were just kind of like, whatever. And I don't want to spend for the core game. So this looks awesome. I love this cave thing, right? I love the underground. I love the lava stuff. So now it might be more appealing to you, and you can save some money. So that would be a reason. It's a proven game. Chip Theory Games, Too Many Bones has been out for quite a while now. It is highly regarded from a lot of people. I love the system in there. There's been a ton of reviews, ton of playthroughs. Check out that stuff. It's out there, right? It's been play tested. There's been a ton of content added. People praise this game. It's proven. It's proven. It's been out there for years. It's not one of these games that launches asking for $300. You haven't played it before, which is the best way to see if you like a game. It's been proven for years, right? It's there. Obviously, that doesn't mean that you are going to like it, but it means that it's not a question of it's not going to be this garbage game, right? You still might not like it, but they've play tested, they've adapted to stuff. There's a better rule book now, right? The quality is off the charts, right? They're getting better and better. It's a proven product, right? And that's an excellent reason. If you are on the fence, it's a proven game. You can get it for a little cheaper, right? And you're like, okay, now's the time to hop in, right? It's proven. Guys, seriously, check out some of my videos. I highly encourage you to do it. Again, I'll put links in the description. Check out the reviews. Check out the playthrough. There's plenty of playthroughs online. I'm going to have more of them, right? It's a proven product, proven through and through. Let's see. Chip Theory Games. I said this. I did a Hoplomachus Victorum campaign coverage. But Chip Theory Games, and I said this in there, is a top-notch company. They care about their games, right? Whatever you see here, right? If you are gonna concern but you know what? Unbreakable isn't tested, Andrew. Well, it's the same core mechanics. I didn't say that in the last one, but it's Too Many Bones. It's the same mechanics, just with a slight mechanical tweak, right? It's not a completely different thing. They're just adding that lava tile. And that might not even come up in every single battle. So it's the same core mechanics. It's Too Many Bones, right? It's just a slightly different. That's what I mean by proven. It's Too Many Bones. But Chip Theory Games, they strive to make their product as good as possible. So what I was just saying, yes, Too Many Bones is proven, but the exact Unbreakable isn't. That exact mechanic isn't. Yes, but they've already been playtesting, and I think on the live stream they just said now external playtesting is going on now. There is so much time between now and when this game launches. There's so much time for them to improve this product if they think it needs improving. They also are willing to take ideas from the community. If those playtesters come back and they say, hey, look, we're whipping rock and roll's ass with Carcass. They're going to change some stuff around, right? They're going to do as well of a job they can to make it balanced and fun. They care about this stuff, right? They work with the community. They're basically second to none with working with the community. fantastic. So while specifically Unbreakable hasn't been out in the public, they are going to do their best play testing, working on it themselves to make this as good of a product as it can be. And based on their history, Cloudspire, Hoplomachus, Too Many Bones Already, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. Also based on Too Many Bones Already. And not to mention, Chip Theory Games themselves, when working with the community, fantastic. I've worked with their support team a few times, whether that's broken products or any kind of questions. If you guys look on Board Game Geek forums, they're answering basically every single question that people ask. Maybe not every single one, but I mean, on most of them, you're going to see somebody from Chip Theory Games chimes in with the answer. I was even looking at the comment section, and let's give it up to Dart. I think that's Shannon. I don't know if that's Shannon or not. I apologize if it's not. But let's give it up to Dart. Dude, I was looking at these comment sections a lot before this campaign launched. And dude, just answer after answer on all of these comments. Just a trooper when it came to answering these questions. And that's what I'm talking about. Dude, there's companies, and everybody can name some. I can offhand. I won't. That sometimes you don't hear any kind of comments from them on the campaign page for months. I'm not exaggerating. I can pull them up, but I'm not going to. And Dart is answering most of them. Let's give it up. Seriously. And Chip Theory Games is doing live streams all the time. Dude, they're working with the community. I can't stress that enough. Getting passionate about it. Another reason is it's going to retain its value. Now, they don't sell Too Many Bones at these major retailers. You won't find this on Game Nerds. You won't find this at Walmart, on Miniature Market. You won't find it on there, right? They basically just sell it on their website. I did see it at a few other places, right? I think Board Game Bliss and then Stone Valley Games. I think I saw some products. It's not going to be the whole line. And that was about the same price. But what my point is, you're not going to find this out there that much. And with these high quality components, if you then go, hey, I bought the game. I tried it a few times. I don't like it as much as I do in order to keep it. I want to sell it. It is going to retain its value. Look on some eBay. Look on eBay. They're basically selling it for the exact price that they bought it from. And that's what I mean, because if it's not available everywhere, it's a little bit harder to find. So if you just, it's not hard to find, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like every market has it and they're having sales. So it's like you can't really sell it that much. No, I haven't even really seen too much sales. I don't even know if Black Friday, if they mark this stuff down on Chip Theory Games website. I know you can buy the promos during the Black Friday stuff, but I don't know if they mark this stuff down that much. Even if they do, that's a short window. I think they probably go from Black Friday to Christmas, to the first of the new year. But that being said, you're basically only available, have the option to buy it from Chip Theory Games, mainly from the same price all year almost. So you're going to be able to buy this, play it a few times, not like it. Maybe you got to mark it down $10, $10, $15, maybe $20. Either way, you're going to get like 80 to 90% of your value, what you paid back. If you don't bend up the cards and stuff, the components are going to be just as good. Right? And the cards are all PVC and the reference sheets. So it's not this paper that's like gets scuffed easy. The components are high quality components. So it's going to retain its value. You're going to buy the game. If you don't like it, you're going to be able to sell it and get most of your money back. So if you're on the fence and that cost is an option, and be like, well, if I don't like it, because some games, you buy them, you go to sell them, and you're getting 50% or less, right? It's almost not even worth some games to sell. This isn't one of those. This is not one of those. Chip Theory game products in general are not those. Okay, and then the last one I had is basically just a few things. It's almost going to be like a mini review, if you will, of this Too Many Bones in general. You like campaign games. This is a campaign game. You like campaign games, but the thought of a few weeks or months playing a single campaign is daunting to you. This is played in a one-time session. And you can play multiple campaigns every time. This is highly tactical. You move, you roll dice. Okay, are you gonna go over here? All right, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna roll defense, right? I gotta choose which dice I'm gonna roll. You gotta decide what stats you're gonna increase, right? It's highly tactical. Positioning is very important. Deciding what you're gonna do on your turn is very important, right? Okay, you rolled a certain die to scout. Which stack are you gonna scout from? Right? Are you going to save up your backup, your bones in your backup plan to get your innate +1? Or are you going to use it now to finish off this baddie so he doesn't kill your friend? Right? All this kind of stuff. It's really tactical. Are you tired of 2 to 3 boxes of minis? Every time you got to set up a game, you got to go through these different boxes of minis to get it out. Well, this is chips, right? It can be more compact in the box. You get it's faster to set up. Are you tired of that mini overloading games? These are poker chips, high quality poker chips. So it's a little bit easier to set up. It's faster. It's more simple, right? It's just chips, not minis. You don't have to worry about those minis getting damaged. It's chips. And the last one is it's highly replayable. It is. There are so many Gearlocs, so many Tyrants. Even if you buy one of these, Unbreakable or Undertow, with only 2 Gearlocs and I think it's like 4. Well, Unbreakable has 5 Tyrants. I don't know. I forgot how many are in Undertow. But either way, you can change it. Okay, maybe you play if you only have 2 people that you usually play with. If you're playing solo, it's even better to mix it up, right? People can take turns playing as different Gearlocs. You can play a Tyrant differently, right? Like a different Tyrant. The encounter cards that you get are going to be different. It is so replayable. Then if you add one character, dude, it's like each time you add one thing, the replayability goes up exponentially. It's highly replayable. Seriously, guys, if you are interested in this, please check out my review. I did an in-depth review. I'm pretty happy about it. I took more time to address some of these things, to go over, to look at some of these. I got some negatives on there as well. So if you want any more info about that stuff, please check out the review. I'll put a link in the description. And ask away. Ask any kind of questions. There's other people subscribed to my channel that really know Too Many Bones as well. So ask away. They could probably help you as well. So just ask away. I'm here to help. So with that being said, let's move over into some reasons why you might not want to back this, right? Maybe you're on the fence and you're like, hey, I see the hype, but, right? For those of you, this is a game you have to spend time on. You are going to get this game, and kudos to the rule books. Some people had a problem with the first rule book. I don't think it was that bad. But the rule book is good. The game is pretty simple, right? Overall, the game is pretty simple, right? You move, you roll dice, you do abilities, yada, yada. The issue starts coming in with all of these keywords. I got some sheets here. This is the Splice and Dice Master reference sheet. So up until now, Unbreakable, this was the go-to for all the baddies and stuff. So as you can see here, this is just a whole page of just keywords. And then there's more on the back. Look at all that stuff on the back. All keywords. This is only for the baddies. This is only the baddies. Then each Gearloc has their own, look at this. Do you like reading novels? So this, look at all this stuff. This is for one Gearloc. There's a lot. So while the game overall is simple, there's a lot of keywords and there's a lot of nuanced situations. You, for the first few times that you're playing, and me still to this day, you are going to be constantly looking and saying, okay, well, this guy has dive, but I have this, or what he does this in this round. What happens then? I'd probably bet that probably Too Many Bones has the longest questions asked, like the most amount of questions asked for the game. This and probably Cloudspire, another chip theory game. So that being said, there's so many nuanced situations. You are going to need to take time. Do not get frustrated. If you do get frustrated at that stuff, stopping every once in a while, sometimes pretty often, to find out what would happen at this moment, that's going to be from now until you probably stop playing this game completely. Even me, and I don't know everything, right? sometimes, I try to show love to a lot of different games. I like a lot of different games. So occasionally when you go back to Too Many Bones, yeah, you'll start to remember some stuff. Like I know what Untargetable is, right? I know what Break is. I know what Thick Skin is. But some of the new ones, not new ones, some of them I forget. I forget some of them, especially if I haven't played with that baddie for some time, I'll forget, right? So even me playing the game a bunch of times, going back, you still have these questions and still need to stop occasionally to find out the answer. So if that kind of stuff is frustrating to you, that's probably what it's going to be from now until you stop playing. Now, sometimes you can just kind of say, okay, well, this is going to happen, and then we'll find out, right? Then after this game, then I'll figure out what happens then. You could do that. That certainly is possible. And me too, I'm not such a rules stickler, but I do try my best to make sure it's right. But I miss things. I mean, it's just bound to happen. So if that gets you frustrated, this is that type of game. There's so many nuance. You are going to need to spend some time playing this game. Next, it is expensive, right? Now, setting aside that 1,100, right? If we just look at, Undertow, it's going to be over $100, or it's going to be about $100, $85 with $15 ship if you're in the States, right? It's $100. Now, I would say that's kind of expensive, right? But it's not. Are there cheaper games? Yeah, of course. But I mean, that's almost kind of, it's not that expensive anymore. Not like it was, right? It's not that expensive anymore. But my point is, if you do, and I said it retains its value. So while it is expensive, if you buy just one thing and then sell it, yeah, you didn't lose out on that much. I mean, come on. I mean, you spend more on lunch, right? If you bought the game for $100, you sold it, you lost out on $10, $15, $20. You spent more on lunch one time. So it's good to try it for, that same price as lunch, trying an excellent game, right? But my point is, if you do really like it, and the quote is, the funny thing is, like, if you do like it, you're gonna end up buying all of it anyway, right? So, because the question always comes up is like, well, where do I hop in? Well, if you hop in somewhere and you like it, you're gonna end up buying everything anyways. So that being said, this 1,100, you're gonna be paying something around that price, especially if you don't buy it now. You're gonna be paying more than that. So if you do like it and you are gonna want everything, you're gonna buy it all. You're gonna buy it all. Now, the way that I was able to justify it with my wife, and luckily if she probably saw this number, she kind of knows how expensive it is. I mean, I don't know how much. It's probably a godly amount that I've spent on chip theory games. Yeah, and she doesn't watch this stuff, but she knows about how much this stuff is. Luckily, the way I was able to justify it was with all of these empty boxes, I was actually able to add an addition to the house. And I just keep all the game stuff in the Trove chest, and all these boxes. I made an addition, guys. I made an addition. My kid has a new room because of Too Many Bones. And it's expensive. It is super expensive. Obviously, I'm joking, right? I wouldn't put my kid in Too Many Bones boxes. I put them in Cloudspire boxes. So anyways, it is expensive. If you like it, you're gonna end up paying a bunch of money. It's just the way it goes if you want all this stuff. I mean, I broke it down a little bit by the characters, right? Especially if you did it like I did. One character pack. Okay, add $15 shipping. Now you're at $45 for one character. $30 for the character, $15 for the shipping. Okay, you want to add 40 Days in Daylo expansion with one character. You're at like $75. $75. $30 for each of those expansions and $15 shipping. That's a lot. Almost $50 for one character if you do it that way, right? So if you do like it, that's what you're going to end up spending on it. What is the next one? Where are we at here? I'm getting lost. Got all my sheets. Let's see. All right. Last one. This might be the last one. The game can be hard. especially in the first few times. If you don't know what you're doing, right, you can neglect some of the basic stats of the game, and then just focus on the sweet tech trees. But sometimes that could kill you off early on, right? Maybe you have some bad dice rolls, and the good guys or the bad guys have some really good dice rolls. And then maybe you're too far behind in that battle, and maybe you lose that battle, which is okay. You can continue the adventure. The problem is maybe you just missed out on some sweet, juicy training points, right? But the day ticks up, so the campaign gets a little bit harder. More baddies are added now, but you still stayed the same, making your next battle a little harder. So it's still possible. I've still won the campaign from situations like that. I've lost plenty of battles. That's not the thing. But I've also, I've won plenty of battles. But I've lost plenty of battles, but won the campaign. That's what I'm trying to say. Plenty of times. But I've also lost the campaign plenty of times. Also from losing individual battles. Or even if I've won every battle, I've still lost the campaign from the Tyrant. So the game can be hard, and especially when you're working with dice. I mean, dice games, come on, it's all random anyways, right? You can mitigate that somehow with things you can do in the game, but it's coming down to dice. So it's always going to be that random element. So it can be hard. You're probably going to lose a bunch of times. Now me, I don't mind losing, right? I have half of my solo playthroughs on this channel are probably losing, right? It's just, I don't mind it at all. And it's cool because you can kind of grow learning the game a little bit more. You can get better, make different moves, right? And then when you finally win sometimes, it makes it all the more worthwhile, right? So I don't mind losing. But just know it can be hard based on that sort of stuff. So if that sort of stuff bothers you, you're going to need to figure out the game a little bit more, not just the nuanced situations. You're going to need to understand the gear locks. You're going to need to say, okay, I just had a shit roll. I lost this battle. Do you want to continue? Some people don't want to. You might lose that one battle and just be like, oh, I'm so far behind. I don't want to do this anymore, right? And then maybe you play again in a few days. Maybe you got 4 days in, you lost the next battle. You're like, well, I'm not going to beat the Tyrant now, right? So it can be hard. So those are just going to be some reasons. But seriously, guys, I love this game. I do. I'm going to have a lot more content for it. I am so excited for this. I hope it delivers. There we go. Over $1 million. Holy shit. Dude, that's crazy. 4 hours. Over $1 million. That's insane. Good for them. Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. But I'm gonna have more content of Too Many Bones. So make sure to check out the channel, subscribe so you don't miss anything. And yeah, if you have any questions, seriously guys, ask away. I am gonna go in for the Unbreakable Hero and adding probably the large playmat, the extra Gearloc and Tyrant trays, as well as the adventure map, maybe the dice tower. I don't know. So that's what I'm going in on. I'll probably add that later on in the PM. And that is one thing they said. Josh Gilly, he said in the live stream, the PM is probably going to be open well into 2022. I'm not going to give you a date. He didn't give us a date. I think that's what he said. Either way, he said into 2022. I don't know how far into 2022. So either way, you're going to have a while. So pledge, if you're on the fence maybe, just so you have access. They'll probably have a late pledge. So maybe you don't need a pledge right now. But what I will say is, if you are on the fence, check out my content, right? I'm going to put out more content. Ask questions. I'll try to help you out as much as possible. Other people on the channel will be able to help you out as much as possible, probably. I hope. Either way, I'm here to help. And yeah, that's basically going to be it. But I am so excited. I want to thank you guys for watching. Seriously, I'm going to put out more content for this stuff. So if you like this video, you want to show your support, you like what I do on the channel, please guys, think about subscribing, commenting, giving the video a like. It does seriously help out. So until next time, I want to see in the comments what you think about this campaign and who you want to see me play as in the next solo playthrough. And maybe give me a Tyrant idea as well. So I want to see those in the comments. Make sure that happens. So until next time, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. grab some brews. Until next time, grab some brews, play some games. I'll catch you guys later. All right, take care.